When the days are dark and gray, no one is so near, so dear as Jesus. Cast your every care on Him. Give me 3 flags, please. No one understands like Jesus. When the foes of life assail, you should never be discouraged. Jesus cares and will not fail. No one understands like Jesus. When the days are dark and gray, no one is so near, so dear as Jesus. Cast your every care on Him. Let's repeat. No one understands like Jesus. When the days are dark and gray, no one is so near, so dear as Jesus. Cast your every care on Him. No one understands like Jesus. When you falter on the way, though you fail Him, sadly failing, He will pardon you today. Oh, yes, no one understands like Jesus. When the days are dark and gray, no one is so near, so dear as Jesus. Cast your care on Him. No one understands like Jesus. When the days are dark and gray, no one is so near, so dear as Jesus. Cast your every care on Him. I want to challenge all of us to emulate what has happened in the life of Gloria. Oh, by the way, she was my queen. She was my queen. And Brother Rick, you got yourself in trouble because you see, what's your middle name? What's your middle name? Sylvester. Well, your middle name had to be Ferdinand. For you to be in that position, you had to be Ferdinand. She was Isabel, and I was Ferdinand. you know the story of Columbus, right? Queen Isabel and King Ferdinand. Right, that's it. And so I want to encourage you to emulate the aspirations and the inspiration and the drive and the courage and the endurance of this woman. I just want to say one last thing about her. All the years that she suffered the seizures, and many of you may not know that it started all because of wrong medication. She passed out. As usual, she was dedicated to her fasting and her prayer. And she went to work fasting, walked across the campus, back to the side of the campus where we lived. While she worked at the library, we had a university house, and we lived on the campus. And she walked back at lunchtime, went home, prayed, had a half of a grapefruit, which was bad, and walked back to work. And of course, that just lowered the blood sugar to the extent that she just passed out when she got back to work, having walked all across the campus in the sun. And I don't know his name. He's a medical student of African descent. African, real African, not one of the importees or deportees. There are some cars in Jamaica now we call them deportees, right? He was not a deportee, he was a student doctor. And he gave her medication because he thought she was epileptic. Well, that was the start of it all. And the dilating that she was put on broke her out in all sorts of pimples, and it was bad for her. We had to get her off of that, and they put her on another one, not taking the time to really investigate what was the problem. And Tegretol was also an anticonvulsant drug, which when she tried to get off it, just reacted in her like somebody on hard drugs, withdrawal, and the seizures got worse, and she never recovered from that. Stop. And for almost 18 years she suffered. But the point I'm making is she never one day complained. She had an awful scar on her leg. She had a seizure while she was having a cup of tea, and nobody knew she was sitting on the veranda. And the hot tea just spilled on her leg, ran down all the way to her ankle, made a thing like a snake on her foot. And when I saw her when she got up, she showed me her leg, and I thought she had sat down badly and squeezed it. And because she's fair skinned, light skinned, she bruised easily. And I thought that was it. But then about 2 hours later, it all blistered, and I knew she had been burnt. And that was so bad, it got really out of hand for a while. I had to take her to the doctor. Eventually, she didn't want to go. And she ended up with an awful scar. And for most women, that would be devastating, Okay. Well, I'll cut my story short. Thank you, Kenny. And just telling you that she never complained. She looked at that every day, and she never one day said, boy, look at my leg. She had a mild stroke, twisted her face, and she looked in the mirror, and she see that twisted face, and she never complained. She just was so. I want to thank you all, thank the church, Pastor Hansberg, and the congregation here, for all our friends, for what you have done, what you're doing, and we're going to ask you to make a contribution to the Hopi Foundation, which will be set up in our honor, and God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.